When the house feels too big or too heavy. Hi there, I'm Penelope Tzougros, PhD, CHFC, CLU financial planner, and author of Your Home Sweet Home. Before we begin, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Has your home started to feel like a burden? You're not alone. Let's talk about what it really means when the house starts to feel too heavy. Have you ever walked through your home and felt tired? Not physically tired, but emotionally weighed down. Maybe the rooms are quiet, maybe the clutter is building, maybe every squeaky stair or leaky faucet feels like it's pointing out, this place just doesn't fit anymore. Today I want to talk about what it means when your house starts to feel too big or too heavy for the life you're living now. And more importantly, what you can do about it. First, the space you no longer use. Let's begin with the space itself. In your working years, a larger home may have been perfect. You needed extra bedrooms, a home office, a big yard, or basement full of seasonal decorations. But what about now? Are there rooms that you haven't stepped into for weeks? Closets you haven't opened in months? Spaces that once buzzed with life but now feel quiet or even pointless? It's incredibly common. I see it all the time in my clients, and what they often realize is this: space you don't use still costs money. You heat it, you cool it, you clean it, you insure it, you pay property taxes on it, and emotionally, it can weigh on you. 2, the work of upkeep. Next is the effort required to maintain the home. When people say their home feels too big, they're often not referring just to the square footage. They're talking about maintenance being overwhelming. Think about the number of things in your home that need attention. Leaky faucets, lawn care, snow removal, roof repairs, light bulbs, 12 feet off the ground, and so on. Some people enjoy home maintenance, but for many, especially in retirement, the burden begins to outweigh the benefit. Here's the thing. You didn't retire so you could be a full-time facilities manager. Loneliness in the space. Let's take a moment to talk about something we don't always say out loud. Loneliness. Your house may be filled with memories, but not necessarily with people. If you lost a spouse or live far from loved ones, a large, quiet house can start to feel cavernous. The silence becomes loud and the empty rooms become a reminder of what once was. Sometimes people stay because they feel guilty about leaving memories behind. But I want to gently offer a different perspective. Memories live in you, not just in the walls, and you deserve to live somewhere that meets your needs for the way you are today. For when the home becomes emotionally heavy, the heaviness isn't always about maintenance or size. Sometimes it's about emotional saturation. Maybe the house holds reminders of stress, an old caring chapter of time of financial strain, or even just sheer weight of all the stuff that's piled up. Charlotte and Ed, who I discussed in the book, felt this deeply when they were overwhelmed by the project of sorting through a lifetime of belongings. At first, their solution was to stay put and let their kids figure it out once they died. But eventually, they realized that they needed to feel free, not just leave it for others. And that shift allowed them to move, not just physically, but emotionally, into a new stage of life. what you can do with your house that feels so big and heavy. Start acknowledging it, that you're not failing, you're evolving. You might begin a decluttering of one room, or downsizing a little at a time, or having conversation with your spouse or kids, and you might explore options, smaller homes, condos, retirement communities, or even co-housing arrangements. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to move you toward peace and simplicity. In the book, I share real stories of people who struggled with the same exact transition. Some moved, some stayed, but all found clarity once they gave themselves permission to be honest. So let me ask, does your home still fit the life you want? Or is it starting to feel too big, too quiet, too heavy? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if this video gave you something to think about, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone else who might be facing the same questions you are. I'm Penelope Tzougros, and I'm here to help you feel confident about the next chapter in your life. Call me at 781-577-2311 or visit Wealthy Choices, and let's build a plan that gives you clarity, stability, and confidence about what comes next.